here's Brody Brazil.
There are 31 NHL teams and seemingly always 31 different ways on display to split playing time between goaltenders. With infinite combinations and variables at hand, it would seem impossible to generalize how each team utilizes their starter and backup. But what if I told you we could narrow down every different tandem into just 2 classifications and describe it even farther into just 5 overall goalie situations? A conversation, a competition, a controversy, a conundrum, and a combination. Let me explain. There's only 2 ways to divide your goalies and starts and playing time. You can either split them dead even, which is rare and kind of hard to accomplish, or you can split them unevenly to varying degrees, which is probably what 99% of all professional hockey teams are actually doing. Let's begin with the goalie conversation. This is where your number 2 is pressing your number 1 for time. Things are starting to get interesting, and so is the chatter. It's not to say that your starter is doing a bad job or not meeting expectations, only that the backup is actually complicating the matter and decisions for the better of the team. Next up is the goalie competition. This is where there is no more clear-cut number 1 and number 2. The netminders are getting equal looks and opportunities to earn their footing as the declared starter and backup. Now, a lot of times this will especially occur after a serious injury or a trade of a number 1, or it could also happen after a coaching change and everyone gets a fresh slate, goalies included. The goalie controversy is an interesting situation where the number 2 is outperforming the number 1, but not yet getting more playing time because of it. Usually this has fans and media talking, and most because they're all observing the same thing but not seeing a response from the coaching staff. It also usually brings the drama of an established number 1 who might have some history or pedigree on the line and on their resume, which is hard to go against in a demotion-type situation. The goalie conundrum is what no team wants. That's where neither goalie is performing up to standards, and there's not another great option to even lean on or turn to at the moment. Usually the worst NHL teams have goalie conundrums and might shuffle through 5 or 6 different players to try and kickstart their team in a season. And last but not least, the goalie combination is probably the healthiest and most optimal place any team can hope to land. This is where you have a definitive number 1 who lives up to that billing, and also a number 2 who produces to such expectations. The split, it could be one-sided, as in like 85 to 15% of starts and playing time, or it could be a lot more equal, something like 60-40, only that one goalie gets a little bit more looks and is established as the 1. So there you have it, 2 classifications, 5 different situations. I'm pretty sure this applies to every single hockey team that ever existed. If you think it does or doesn't, let me know in the comments section below.